Math 8. I'm going to do a quick 3-6 video for some of these problems just to get you started if you haven't already gotten it done. Some of you already have turned it in. If you want to make corrections after you see a couple of them, you can make some corrections from there. I will be putting in the review for functions today. We'll go over it tomorrow. We'll start the test tomorrow. It won't be due until Friday. The test won't be, so we'll just go from there. Test is easy. It shouldn't be too bad at all. Number 1, an airplane ascends, that means goes up for 20 minutes. It flies at a cruising altitude for an hour, then it descends for 15 minutes. Which graph shows the relationship between the time in flight and the altitude of the airplane? Graph number 1, graph number 2, or graph number 3? Now, once you understand this, it's pretty disgusting how easy this one is. Why it's C. It ascends for time. It stays at altitude for time. It descends over time. That's the only one that makes sense. B, why doesn't this one make sense? Tell me. Yep. How do you start up in the air, descend for a while, lay flat for a bit, and then descend all the way? That looks like just the tail end of a flight. It's like after the whole flight's been done, this is when the flight's coming in and cruising into landing. This is the scary one. The plane goes up in the air, it flies for a little bit, and then it immediately goes to ground. Not over time at all. It just drops from the air. Not the greatest way to fly. So A, bad, B, weird, C, makes sense. All right. Number 2, which of the following descriptions best matches the graph below? A, B, C, or D? A says Gail is a friend at a friend's house for a few hours, then she walks home. Gail is at her house. She then walks to her friend's house. Gail is at her house and does not leave. Gail is at a friend's house for a few hours. She then walks to another friend's house farther away from home. This shows Gail is starting away from home, stays at this place for a little bit, then walks home. Distance from home is the vertical axis. Hours and time is the horizontal axis. She's away from home because she's this far away from home. She stays there for a while, then she comes home. The only one that says she's at a friend's house for a while and then she walks home is this one. All the rest entail that she walks to a friend's house. That means she's not at home yet. She started at home and walks to a friend's house. She started away from home and walked back home. She didn't start at her house. Automatically gone, automatically gone. B and C, out of there. This one says she started at her friend's house, then got further away. This one would look like this, starting here, going further away. If it was, yeah, it says it's further away. Now, number 3, write a situation to match the given graph. I don't know. There's a bunch of different things that you could look at for here, but this is time over hours. This is number of cars. All right. You could say when Miss Hackensack starts driving to school, she hits this amount of cars on the way to school. She stops her car and gets out. It only hits a few. And then she gets back in and drives again, and it starts running into them again. And she just stops. Okay? If you look at that, that's her. You can describe something else if you want, but you've got to look. Number of cars, time in hours. You could talk about, I'm not going to tell you. You come up with your own ideas for what it means. Okay? So that's how you do numbers 1, 2, and 3. Gives you an idea of how to do these. I'll be starting up the review with another video today and tomorrow, and we'll review for the test coming up. Have a good night. See you soon. Bye-bye.